Hello everyone and welcome again to another episode of VMAX Sports Show, where we bring you the freshest, the juiciest sports news from across the globe, particularly football news for our football lovers. I remain your host, Orioye Yusuf, aka OY Baba, and today with me is my co-host, who we are going to be kicking the ball together. Is no other person than Lucky. So we'll join you shortly after this short break. This week delivered exciting football matches across Europe, and we are going to be going through all of the results one after the other. So we'll start with the match between Real Madrid and Manchester City. This happens to be the biggest clash of the week, and Real Madrid dominate Manchester City with a 3-0 victory at Santiago Bernabeu. Of course, we cannot talk about this fixture without talking about the beautiful performance from the midfield maestro, Federico Valverde, who stole the show with that hat-trick goal. Lucky. Now, when you watch the match between Madrid and Manchester City, were you expecting that outcome, that result? You know, was it something you were expecting, or is a shocker for you? Please let's hear your view.
Thank you for having me. Well, actually, I was never seeing that result coming, because I expected City to give Real Madrid a very tough performance. But seeing how it was going, City started very well. They were dominating possession and all of that. But along the line, I think Pep's tactical masterclass was below par yesterday, because Madrid was way far on the front run during the match. And you can see how Federico Valverde, the midfield master of Real Madrid, you see how he was just performing throughout the match yesterday. He was the key man.
Yeah.
You know, Real Madrid, they didn't play without Mbappe, and there was no 2-3 of their key players they were not there.
Yes.
But how they managed to hold City and score 3 goals in the first half, I was really shocked. I didn't see that coming, and I don't know if Real Madrid if Man City is going to come back with what they call the Ramotanda. I don't know if that's going to happen in the second leg, but it's going to be a very difficult mountain to climb for Manchester City.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lucky, for that beautiful analysis. Yeah, because personally, I feel it's like you said, Lucky, is going to be a very tough mountain to climb. Like, it's going to be a very, very difficult task for them to accomplish, because if you've already lost 3-0 to not just any team, by the way, one of the best teams in the world, Real Madrid, already lost 3-0. I don't see the magic or the miracle that you want to perform.
There is no, sorry to go, but there is no way Man City will come back, because Real Madrid, they are the kings. The king of Europe when it comes to they can perform poorly in the league, but you see this Champions League, they put their heart and they put their soul, and once both of their heart and their soul is in that match, it's going to be very difficult for any opponent to contend them. So in this regard, I see Madrid going through ahead of, because 3-goal deficit is not
a child's play.
It's not a child's play, and you're playing one of the best somebody that has 15 Champions League titles. No, it's going to be difficult.
Well, on that note, we'll have nothing else to say than to wish Man City good luck, in overcoming that particular difficult task. So we go to the next fixture, which is the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea. Of course, once again, the French giants have proven that yes, they are one of the big dogs when it comes to the most prestigious competition in Europe football, which is the Champions League. And they show that with the 5 to demolition of Chelsea Football Club. What do you think about that? What do you make of that?
I think the problem here is Chelsea's defense. I think that's what they really lack. Chelsea, they are good going forward, but you see their defense. They really need to reorganize their defense. And again, the mistake their keeper made is also applied more pressure, because I think PSG scored first, Chelsea equalized, PSG scored again, and Chelsea came back 2-2, and then the mistake from the goalkeeper, I think that was what really affected them mentally. And before they could come back again, it was just too late. And PSG was just thumping forward and just...
And remember the third goal from Chelsea, which could have boosted their morale.
Exactly.
It was rude. It was ruled as an offside.
Yeah, and killed their
after the VAR check, and I think that was where the whole problem started. Their morale was down.
Their legs, and goals started coming in.
Well, we wish it's like just like the Man City game. It's going to be a difficult task for Chelsea as well. So, but we wish them all the best, of course. So to the next one, Bayer Leverkusen versus Arsenal. That match ended 1-1. So what was your take on that?
Before the match, I
forgot. He's an Arsenal fan. He's an Arsenal fan. So let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what's going to say on that. Yeah.
Well, I knew the match was going to be very difficult for Arsenal, in the sense that if you see the way Arsenal has been performing prior to that match, they've been performing really not up to the way they started this season. Yes. And I had the belief that we're not going to lose the match. I had that belief, and I had that hope that we'll come out with something. But I never expected us to play very, very poorly in that match. If you see how we started a little bit well, but along the line, I think fatigue is telling on these players, because these players, they've been playing since August, and they've not gone on any break whatsoever, and they are still in all 4 competitions.
And there's one thing I noticed about Arteta, is that he hardly rotates his team. He just... And I think that's really telling on those key players, because their fatigue has really set in. You keep using the same players for all competitions. They play week in, week out. Of course, at the point in time, they are not machines.
Thank you.
At the point in time, the fatigue will set in, and it will start showing in the result. I hope that, even if they can't take the Champions League, I hope they at least take the English Premier League.
Well, if they keep playing the way they did yesterday against Bayer Leverkusen, if they keep playing like that towards the league, I don't see Arsenal winning this league, because the performance they put up yesterday was absurd. It was an eyesore.
Yeah,
I was almost even sleeping watching the match, because if you see the players like Zubimendi, players like Eze, and Saka was, oh my goodness, Saka was just playing as he really needs to go back to basics. The way this boy is playing his football, lackadaisical attitude, not putting so much effort in the game,
no passion
from the beginning, no passion. And I think Arteta made a very big call, because you need to have balls too, because Saka started that match being the captain of the match yesterday, and then he had the balls to remove Saka. If he hadn't removed that Saka, I don't think we would have gotten a draw in that match. But he removed him early on in the game, and he brought in Madueke. Before Saka left the pitch, we never had one corner. Arsenal never had one corner in that match. But the moment he removed Saka from that match, before Madueke entered and started
creating problems
for the Bayer Leverkusen left
which
back.
Eventually led to them conceding corner kick, and that was
they started conceding corners, and Madueke was electric in that match yesterday.
Okay, good one. And then the next one is a bit surprising. This Bodo Glimt, versus Sporting CP. Bodo Glimt trashed Sporting CP 3-0. This team? I don't know what to say about this team, but they've really been, pulling big surprises since the start of the league this season. What do you have to say about them?
I will say this, that I am actually not surprised about Bodo Glimt, because if you see the matches they played in this Champions League, they beat Real Madrid, they beat Manchester City, they beat Inter Milan, home and away.
Yeah.
This same Bodo Glimt. So who is Sporting Lisbon? I saw many people, they were giving Sporting the tick to
Straight win.
Straight win. They were Sporting is going to beat this. Arsenal is going to beat Leverkusen.
When in reality, Sporting happens to be the weakest team in the list of teams they have faced this season, because look at the teams.
Yes. So if you can beat, so who is Sporting?
Yeah.
Those guys are fearless. The way they play their football, so attracting, so attractive.
I mean, the way they play. At a point in time, I was wishing that Osimhen was in that team, because those are the kind of spirit that you need from players who, you understand what I'm saying? The hunger. I don't see that kind of hunger in the Galatasaray players. They don't, everybody wants to take the shine. Your football is all about making runs, creating chances, and laying down the ball.
Teamwork.
Laying down the ball for your goal poucher to punch the goals. But no, they all want to. I don't know their problem, but let's see how it goes for them. By the way, now now we have so let's just briefly talk about the remaining matches for the week. We have FC Bayern Munich crushing at Atalanta 6-1. That's not surprise. That's not surprise because when you let a magician like a playmaker like Ademola Lookman, when you let him leave your team in such manner, what do you expect? What do you expect? I don't think this result comes as even if we know that Bayern Munich is a big team, and even if they are going to beat them, when you have players like Ademola Lookman, they will at least make the match. They will at least make it competitive. They close the goal margin. This 6-1 is. I can't remember the last time Atalanta were trashed. The
margin is massive, and you played at home to Bayern Munich. You see, Bayern Munich is not a team you just come out and play unprepared. They will ridicule you, they will frustrate you, and they will embarrass you.
With the form of
if you want to play a team like Bayern Munich, you have to come out 200%.
Yes.
You don't come with 50% and you expect to play a team like Bayern Munich. No, they will embarrass you.
Especially with the form of that that Nigerian boy. What's his name again? Olise. Sorry, yeah.
He plays for France. So.
Yeah. Boys of Nigerian. That boy is really on fire. It was goodness. Like I think since I've been watching that boy, I've never really seen any bad game from him.
That guy
is the hype. You know the way the European media, the way they do. They are killing his hype. Why they are hyping some players and I don't even watch the hype.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Hyping players like Mbappe and the likes. I'm not saying those guys are not good, but this guy deserves
the hype.
The hype as well. This guy is this guy is a beast of a player. But let's see how it goes. Then we have Atletico Madrid. Ademola Lookman bringing his good luck charm to Atletico Madrid. Now look at what Atletico Madrid is doing in Champions League now, beating Tottenham Hotspur 5-2. 5-2. That's a very good one.
Yeah, that's another game I was not surprised about, because if you look at the current form of Tottenham, in fact, if you look at the history of Tottenham, you know what they are. They always play below par, and the standard of their football is not even up to. I think the only time I know Tottenham played good football was when Pochettino was there. That's where you see Tottenham. But since he left that club, Tottenham has not been up to.
Yeah, now they're like shadow of their own self.
Excuse me. And if you see what they are playing in the league now, it's
nothing to write about.
The new manager came in and he has lost about 4 to 5 games. He has not even drawn one.
Yes,
so the morale in that team is not something. I think
they need to go back to the basics. It's no longer about the manager.
It's not about the manager as it is now.
They need to go back to the basics. They need to look
themselves. Although they are facing injury crisis. Really, they have about 8 key players that are injured, so it's really affecting them. And they did not even go to January window to get any player despite their injury woes and worries. So I knew it was going to be very difficult for Tottenham to go to Atletico Madrid and get a point. They got a whooping instead.
Okay. All right. So the last one, which we'll just talk about briefly, is the match between Galatasaray and Liverpool. That match ended 1-0 in favor of Galatasaray. So do you see any opportunity, a comeback opportunity is the match for Liverpool? Is the match still open? What do you think?
Very, very open. I see Liverpool going through, because when you come to people that are Barcelona will testify. When you come to Anfield, you see a different ball game. See, Anfield has a spirit whereby if you go there, you know how to play football. When you get there, you will not know how to play football again. That is the spirit. I think
I've heard that confession from a lot of football legends. When they get to Anfield, the atmosphere and everything is
everything
overwhelming.
Changes. It was over. Even Barca could not even contain the atmosphere and the football Liverpool played when they met that. I think first leg was 3-0 when Barca beat Liverpool 3-0. The second leg they came to Anfield and they collected 4. 4 unreplied.
Well, only time can tell. We shall see when we shall see when the return leg takes place. We shall see who will go through, whether it's Liverpool, as you said, or Galatasaray. But I'm still rooting for Galatasaray though. Because of my countryman Victor Osimhen. I'm rooting for them, and I know that they can do it.
Osimhen cannot play everything.
I know he can't do everything, but all he just needs is he just need the right passes from his midfielders, and I believe he would see them through. He's the only man that can see them through. And that's why ever since he came in, they've been going far in Champions League. When was the last time Galatasaray even reached the round of 16? When was the last time? So I think it's a good one. All right, so this is where we draw the curtain for today's episode of VMAX Sports Show, and I want to say a big thank you to my co-host today, Lucky. Thanks for showing up today. Welcome. Really appreciate the analysis, the in-depth analysis. And I remain your host, Orioye Yusuf, aka OY Baba. Till we come your way again next time. Stay blessed.